into figuring out who you want to be. These stages don't always happen in a straight or sequential way, but they can provide a framework to explain some of the common themes and transitions that take place during midlife. Recognizing these stages can help you to experience the changes in a more natural way. In each of these stages, I've compared what midlifers are going through to the adolescent experience in order to show how pervasive this developmental link is. Accommodation. In this phase, you continue to present yourself as a different people called personae in different situations. To some extent, whether you're in midlife or not, aspects of your personality reveal themselves in some situations more than in others. Part of this accommodation is necessary. How you act at work is going to be different from who you are when you're out on the town for a night with your girlfriends. You have to present yourself appropriately and sometimes slightly differently in order to successfully navigate your surroundings. Adolescents take on different personae in an attempt to figure out who they are. They are trying on different roles for size. But by midlife, you've gotten used to presenting yourself at your best in each particular role, and that effort may feel restrictive or inauthentic. The trick is not to get overly stuck or be overly accommodating, especially when doing so conflicts with your essential needs. You can develop a confidence in your core identity, enough to be willing to stick with that persona, regardless of how you believe others perceive you. Separation. Remember back when you were a teenager, when you believed to your core that you were always right and everyone else was wrong? You developed this feeling because you wanted to separate from your parents and be different. Separation is the struggle to shed the shell that doesn't quite fit anymore. Teens separate from their parents by rejecting their values in an effort to discover and define themselves. During midlife, you are also trying to find your true identity. But this time the separation is more about leaving behind expectations rather than individuals. You might have lived in an acquiescent place of yes in order to please your parents, spouse, friends, or children, or held a cultural notion of what shoulds you were supposed to be living by, should be married, should have children, should work, etc. Yet by the time we all reach midlife, we can better assess what makes us happy and what doesn't. We are better able to say no to these cultural shoulds and instead say yes to our own needs and desires. There is a strong impulse to listen to one's inner voice and reclaim life as one's own. Midlife women can finally live authentically. I believe the adolescent sense of inner moxie can serve every woman. Now is the time to stop following the rules that have led to stagnation, or worse, to taking on roles you may never have wanted. To transition into an emotionally healthy midlife, there needs to be a rejection of your doing things exclusively for everybody else, especially when those things are at odds with who you are. A new and wiser self is ready to be born and heard. Give yourself the space and time to ask yourself, who do I want to be now? What do I really want? Am I okay if other people don't like my choices? Separation from your old self will not be a smooth transition. It will take focus and self-reflection, which is why analyzing yourself is a necessary step. In the same way teens take 2 developmental steps forward and 1 back, women in midlife experience separation with a bit of regression. Teens worry that others are judging them. Adolescents can become self-centered and appear preoccupied with their own needs. Young girls are often fixated on their image, constantly checking themselves in the mirror and flipping through magazines, obsessed with fashion. At midlife, it's quite common for unresolved issues to reappear. You can become self-absorbed and overly concerned with your appearance. Will others still think I'm attractive? Will they think I'm getting too old? In this state of uncertainty and flux, you might make more of an effort to present a rosy picture to the world, which may or may not match your internal experience. You might be inclined to present your life how you think it should look, not how it really is. However, once you get through the separation phase,